Hello.
Hello?
What's up?
Not much. I was just very intrigued by the title of the chat, the group.
Yeah, I do coaching for a couple of people here and there.
Oh, that's cool. So, what's the goal of being in the group? Are you trying to find people to work with, or
Just trying to help people get up to masters or wherever they want to go. Just if anybody needs help, I'm here to try and help them get higher than they currently are.
hmm, I feel that I've been gaining SR this season. And I took a bit of a break. It's just been like hard to find teams I can win with. You know what I mean? Like even if I feel like I'm doing really well. I don't know. It made me even change roles. Like I was a healer main for a really long time, but it felt like I was just so stuck at SR playing the healers I was playing. Even if I was making huge plays, it's like hard for me to rank up. So I switched to off tank. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I really enjoy healers. Like Zenyatta's definitely my favorite character. He's just like not super good right now, or is he good now? I don't know. This barrier
It's
change.
very hard to tell because of the new meta that just came out yesterday. So I mean, you still got some room to work with now that the barriers have been reduced by like a lot. So
Yeah.
it's just like with these types of changes, what I am starting to do is just like practicing in quick play, even though it's not like a very good
Hmm.
basis since it is competitive that you're going to be playing a lot of the times. It's still good to figure out, hey, what's powerful with what, and just play with like a friend or
Yeah.
two and figure that out for yourself, even if it is just quick play.
Yeah, my buddy just got this game a couple weeks ago, and we've gained 500 SR just duo queuing over
Oh,
Sahag.
that's cool.
Yeah, it's been pretty fun. Uh, but I don't know. I want to play Zen. Is what I want to do, and I don't know how to improve.
Well, could you do me a favor and turn down your either your TV or your headphones or whatever? Because I can just hear an echo and it's gonna be kind of hard. It's hard
But
to, yeah. So if you want to play Zen, I'm going to say I'm sorry for you because since Zen does suck, it is very hard to play him, but it's not impossible.
yeah, what about Lucio? Should I just be playing Lucio now? I feel like Lucio's the low key the best healer now.
If you want to play Lucio, that's all you, man. If you want to play Zen, play Zen. I would
Yeah.
say if you want to gain SR, play heroes that are more meta. If you
Okay.
want to play who you want to play, then just play them. You can work around stuff like this. Is it going to be easy? No, not by any means. But if you want to play Zen, then play Zen.
I got you. That makes sense. That's good advice.
Is there any recent games that you wanted to go over, or do you want to play a quick one and then we
Uh,
can go from there?
yeah, that's totally up to you. I'm just kind of along for the ride.
All right.
I like.
We can play a quick game. Okay, now we picked. Can I switch now? Yes, I can. Okay, cool. And for some reason, I can't go left, so I have to go all the way around. All right. So Genji, Doomfist, Orisa, Hog, Bap, and Zen. So just know your comp. Know who is strong in your comp, who is weak in your comp, who might need assistance, and you have the 15-second rule, which is the first 15 seconds of the game. As soon as it's 15 seconds in, press the middle button to figure out who's on the other team, so you can try to see who counters you and who you can counter.
Okay.
That's a big thing in plat and diamond. Is in order to climb out of places like that, you need to know counters and try to act accordingly.
Hmm. I didn't realize you
Sometimes
could do that.
counter picks are necessary in order to beat the other team, but not necessarily needed because sometimes you can kind of just play around them.
Who is ready to party?
So yeah, right now I remember you saying you have no idea who to Harmony Orb. So I would say since they are both flanking, this is a bit of a rough decision, but just know who's going to go in first. If you can get a line of sight on one of them, then orb that person. If you can't get a line of sight on either of them, as soon as they dive in, that's when you want to throw your Harmony Orb on them. If they both go in at the same time, just pick either the lower HP target or just pick someone. If you think that they're, gonna receive a lot of damage because they're the first one who jumped in, then you're gonna want to put something on them. So really, it's a lot of hard decisions. But just know, hey, this person's diving. I need to help them as much as I can so they don't die. So you see the Bastion, you see the Orisa, you see Lucio and Mercy. You haven't seen their DPS yet. So if you haven't seen their other DPS, I would just be careful of flanks and kind of watch these areas over here. Since you haven't seen, obviously it's an Ashe, but just in case, you don't want a Reaper from your left or your right coming behind you and killing you because you have no idea who he is. I've had that too many times with both Zen and Ana, where they're kind of just stationary. They don't have any movement. So if a Reaper were to come by and one-tap you, you can't really do anything. Alright, so now you see Hog's dead. So now you kind of have to take it a little passive. I do like this natural cover here, trying to build up your left click real quick. Focusing down Bastion, which isn't a bad idea, but you also have to use your ears because Hog is right here. So if he were to come around this corner and hook you, you would have been dead.
Yeah, I would dead, yeah.
So instead of playing here, this is a bit more aggressive. You kind of want to play here next to your Orisa, so at least you have some sort of person blocking you, or if she had her shield down that wasn't bursted down by Bastion, you would have a shield that would block that. So I would say stick to your tank more because you don't want somebody like him coming around and killing you. Then you're down a healer. You're already down a tank, so this is you don't want to become more of a liability. Okay, so you wanna constantly call out your Discord orbs, especially if it's a high priority target. So I would say you will. Obviously, sometimes orbs aren't necessary to be called out since that character is going behind a wall or something. You can't see them. But if they're out in the open and you Discord them, you want to call that out pretty much every time because that means that they take more damage, and that's a good target to call out if they can take more damage or if they can die, pretty quickly. That's going to be a huge leg up for your team. Alright, now you have to realize that you're even. Hog is just coming back. What the hell? Alright. Hog's got a face thing going on, whatever it is. So now you have to realize that you're even. Quite literally, because both Hogs are dead. So now you kind of have to focus on either healers or DPS. The tank's going to be the one who is going to hold this position as much as possible. If you can get rid of the Mercy, that's going to be a huge leg up for you. So you kind of want to either Discord their Mercy or Discord their Bastion and then call that out. Because obviously Orisa is going to have her shield down. It's not going to do much since she still has Fortify and a bunch of other... She has the Mercy pocketing her. So there's a lot of things that you can't do.
I was trying to get it on the Bastion before the shield went up, but it went on Lucio instead.
So, here, let's just back up 20 seconds. Where were we at? Guys.
I'm in this bad spot here. Hawk right there on the right. See, right here, this next Discord, I was trying to Discord the Bastion. Yeah, friggin'.
That's a weird spot for Orisa to be. I guess your best call here would just be to call that out, just so your DPS knows. Even though we're down 1 as of right now.
I don't know.
Technically, because I'm just coming back. So I guess your best point would be here is to yes Discord the Orisa, but also call this out. Because you Discord her, Orisa is focusing her down. She's in a very, very bad position. So what you can, you know that Orisa just used pull to kill the hog. So Orisa can't do anything besides shoot. So your best idea is to be careful of the Lucio because you have no idea where he is, but also try to
I
tell
don't
people
think
to
they
focus Orisa down and escort her, obviously.
can.
So this is very close. Okay,
Yeah,
so
Lucio's right above me.
yeah. Now that I was about to say, this is the point where you got to be careful of the Lucio because if you can't focus her down, you kind of want to run back to your little safe space by the corner. That's why.
Yeah.
So, it definitely wasn't a bad call, but you kind of were a bit aggressive as the Zen, as being the squishy. The Bastion was still main, so it was a good idea to try and go for the kill, but a bad idea for pushing up, and then ultimately you got killed for that.
Mm-hmm.
A temporary setback.
Hello.
Peace be upon you.
Just trying to do what you can. This is a bit rough.
What was that? I'm sorry, my roommate just came in.
No, it's all good. This is a bit rough because your Orisa gets pulled into the hole by Hog.
Mm-hmm.
So now what I would say is try to play off of either your off tank or try to play from where your DPS is going to go because they don't have a main tank and you don't have a main tank. So your main concern should be don't get hooked by the hog, don't get killed by the hog. Right now. And also Bastion is there. I don't know why Doom went in with 5 health, but he did.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. This is the smarter decision is kind of to just stay right here and do the best you can. At higher ranks, that hog would have chased you down and killed you. So as soon as you get into those higher ranks, what I would say is try to back off a little bit because that hog's going to be trying to specifically seek you out and kill you. That was very good. Very good kill. So now you have a really good pick off of the Mercy. So this, and Hog's dead as well. And they just use Beat because of Blade. So they might kill the Genji, but they definitely won't win this fight, I don't think. You should be able to win this fight pretty easily. Another very great kill. But this is a bit of an off position just because of the other DP. Oh no, Ashe is there and Bastion just died. So I guess your main concern would probably be the Lucio, who will probably try and go for another boop. So yeah, if you know that they have characters like this that can try to displace you and kill you off of this well, you're going to want to do your best to not be super aggressive towards the well, but also try to capture the point at the same time. So it's a bit of a gamble because you don't want anybody to boop you into the hole, but you want those kills in order to capture the point. So yeah, this is the position. So you're by yourself, the Lucio comes up and kills you. That's a bit rough. And now their Orisa dies. Hog just came back.
A temporary setback.
Boops in the hole. Hog gets killed. Okay. So it looks like we're just about even here. They have... No, they have 5. I think we have 4. Because... No, I think we're even. No, just Doom just died. Okay, so yeah, it is a 5v4. So this is kind of rough. So in gold, the main issue in gold that I've seen is people not grouping up. In gold, it is very hard for people to play as a team since everybody just sees red and wants to kill everything. So what your main concern should be is trying to rally the troops, try to, be that voice of reason saying, hey, one of us just died, it's a 5v6, we need to take it easy. And then when it's a 4v6, 3v6, you need to be like, hey, we need to back off, regroup, play together, because this is a team game. You have to play with all your members in order to play against the other 6 members. So yeah, this is the point that I was talking about. Since you are here and Orisa is able to take this upfront damage, this is really going to be really good for you, because then you can just back off to the right. She uses her her gold, and then you can just heal her from there. Baptiste will probably get hit with it and probably put down his immortality. Oh no, he pushes them off. Yeah, so you're...
I was trying to get a Discord on him, but like it wouldn't highlight him.
No, this is fine. What I don't want you to do is I don't want you to come out here and try and risk it for the Discord orb, because then you're just going to go in there with both of them. This is a very...
That's why I was trying to
Yeah, this is a very good position, but you also have to be careful of this corner right here, because if he tries to come out and fight you, all you're going to be doing is just sitting in this corner getting killed by him. So your positioning here was fine.
Team up for special attack.
Let them up.
Okay, so one thing that I'm noticing a lot is that you don't hold your secondary fire as long as you should.
Okay.
The thing with secondary fire is it is very, very, very powerful. You can pretty much take off, I think it's pretty much half of Orisa's shield, well, probably more so now, with just the left click. Or not left click, but the secondary fire, because this isn't PC.
Okay.
It's very good for bursting down any sort of target or any sort of shield. That's why Zen was so strong beforehand, because while healing and damaging at the same time, he could also throw out any sort of help he could. He was basically a multitasker without really having to do much. So what you want to be doing is trying to focus down these shields, and if you want to focus down people like Lucio, who's going to be all over the place, you have to hold it down and use it to its full potential. Because you've done this 4 or 5 times now where you hold it down and you only get 2 orbs off. You get all 5 orbs, that's like, I think maybe 2-3 times the damage than just a single orb. That's insane. So this is good because you're trying to counter Bastion's ultimate. That's fine. He gets booped in. Yeah, so what you want to do after a Transcendence is, as soon as it's going to stop, you kind of want to get into a safe space of your own. So somewhere around
Yeah, I
here
was trying to
or
play
here.
behind the shield, but I got booped forward by the Lucio.
Yeah. So you were around here. You got booped forward. What I would say is I think you were trying to come up and heal the hog, but you can still get hooked in Transcendence. You can still get booped in Transcendence. So what I want you to do is don't play here, because you can still very easily get killed. If you want to heal somebody who's in this room, don't go here. Kind of walk around to here and play around this corner right here, so you can heal both here and here.
I was really just gonna stand by the Orisa and wait for Hog to come out and put my orb on him then, because he wasn't super low,
Right.
you know. So, but I got booped out of the shield.
Yeah.
And
See, what another thing that you can do is try to kind of make the call. If you are playing in like gold or platinum, the main call that I would say is hog, don't go towards well, kind of like come to the right side, so you can heal him from there, because you don't want him going towards well to where he's going to be hooked and killed, because that's what happens.
That is what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. That was huge. Do you see what just happened there? You used all 5 orbs, then discorded him. Easy, quick kill for Reaper. That is the potential that you can use for your secondary fire. Obviously, it isn't for every situation. If you need to get quick damage off, you want to use primary fire. But if you can get that burst damage off, you want to do that. I'm a very secondary happy Zen player. I love the secondary fire. I use it all the time, probably too much, but I get kills and I get results with it, and that's the kind of stuff that needs to happen with Zen, especially in this meta. If it's a bunch of shields that are in your face, you have to burst them down and kill people quickly before they can get those shields back up again. There's a huge 2 more kills from him. Alright, so now they just switched to a Hanzo. This is where you have to be careful because of insta-kill heroes. With the burst damage that they can do to kill you, you have to play these corners like your life depends on it, because it does. So places like shields and corners are going to be your friend right here. Going back to Orisa, this is good. Alright, so you see the Lucio. This is where you need to kind of, you know, back up and assess the situation. And even call out to your Orisa, hey, I just saw Lucio go up to the lighthouse. Or the windmill.
Yeah, I think I did exactly that. Because I'll move back here soon for this play.
So, your call outs were nice. Your transcendences were pretty good. So far, I think it's mainly mechanical things. So like aim and secondary fire are like the main concern. Everything else is great though. I've seen Discord orbs going on people. I've seen Harmony orbs going on people that needed them. You know, there's not really much error there. It's just mainly your aim and what you're aiming at as far as like using your secondary fire. That's so far the main issue. Healing Bap, that's fine. See the Lucio there. Yeah, so when Lucio's kind of doing these like frog jumps or like these wall jumps when he's kind of just sliding across, what you typically want to do is stick to the primary fire because the secondary fire isn't going to help you out much. You kind of want to just lead your shots with the primary fire and just Discord orb him. That's the best shot at killing him since he's just so quick with riding off of the walls and speed boost in general. So, yeah, I'd say stick to that if you're going to try and kill him. Obviously, it's not impossible with a secondary fire. It's just easier. Alright, now here's another thing. You do have 3 people coming with you, which is usually the issue that happens in a lot of elos. I've seen it in gold, plat, even diamond, where everybody goes for that one hero, and then you have the main tank or whoever stuck in main having to deal with the other 5 players, while the other half of your team goes after this one character. It happens a lot with Hammond and with Sombra when they go to point on like 2 CP or something, and then they're capping while everybody else is up front trying to kill everyone. 3 or 4 people go for that one person, and then the front line's left with nothing. So I would say be careful of stuff like this. Call it out to someone, and if you are going for them, just say that you're going for them. Obviously, you're a healer. You shouldn't go for it, especially if it's towards Coast, where he can just boop you off. So just be careful of stuff like this, because this is where teams fall apart, is when 3 or 4 people go for one person.
And walk back.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, tried to Discord. Oh no, yeah, there you go. Now I came back to you.
Damn it.
Alright, so yeah, this is actually a really nice position because since you are in like the rooms of the windmill, it's a very good position for a lot of natural cover just in case somebody tries to decide to try and kill you. So I would say sticking around here is fine, just don't push out any more than you have to. Then obviously traveling towards well isn't the greatest.
No, yeah, she's not through the building.
For your safety, please move behind
Yeah,
the
that
line.
was obviously too far out.
And you're trying to help out your team, which is great, but you don't want to become a liability meaning like you want to limit your deaths as much as possible, but you also want to try and help your team as much as possible. It's very hard thing to deal with
Balance.
as a healer because there's a lot of decisions that healers have to make. Hey, do I push up and heal my team, or do I stay back and try not to die? It's very difficult, but what you want to do 9 times out of 10 is try not to die. If they walk in and they get killed, that's their fault. Like Doom right now, he's trying to engage with what, half of his health? Not a good idea. Either try to communicate to him, hey, come back and get some heals, and if he doesn't do that, that's on him. Like, look, he just got hacked. And you have Baptiste up there with him. So really, you could be sticking with Orisa and chilling out here because they do have a healer up there.
I recommend moving behind.
You are your own worst enemy. Embrace tranquility.
Very nice.
Let them out.
Team up for special attack.
Yeah.
Apagando las luces.
Okay.
1-0.
Alright. That was well. I like well. I think it's probably the worst one for Zenyatta. Like, it'd just be really hard to stay in a good position. They can get so close to being.
Nice.
Skip. Okay, so we have Reaper Doom, Ryan, and Orisa. And they switched to double off tank, which is rough because they almost beat us.
I require aid.
Okay, so you're playing on.
Stayed up here way too long.
You're playing up here, which isn't a bad idea because you can kind of see everything that's here. But just realize that if they do have any flankers, you want to eliminate their line of sight or eliminate them trying to get a line of sight on you as much as possible. Because now that they have a Sombra, she's going to want to go for you every single time. When she uses EMP, she's going to want to go for you every single time. So just recognize that. This isn't a bad spot, though. I like this spot.
Yeah, I just stayed here too long. I should have been moving like now. As soon as I saw that Sombra over there, so I stood right here trying to hold him. Yeah, like, kill.
Yeah, so this is where you need to recognize Sombra is my counter. What can I do to play around this Sombra?
A temporary setback.
I think she's my least favorite character in the whole game. She's lame. Not even just annoying to play against, like, yeah, annoying to play against, but also just really lame.
Could you do me a favor and like unplug or plug back in your mic or something? It's just freaking out right now.
Enough. Test.
Yeah, I think you're good. Nice hit.
But you're right, if I had waited for my 5th orb and then let go, I might have killed him.
That's the power of it, man. You just gotta wait sometimes. You gotta be patient. Ooh, nice. So now we're even. It's a 5v5. They lost their secondary healer and you lost your DPS. So right now what I would try to do is either kill Mercy or their Ashe. Well, actually Mercy's rezzing right now.
I ended up shooting Diva because she was the only one like really out of position for me.
Got some good hits on Zarya. Reaper tries to kill her. Reaper backs off. Oh yeah, because she's being pocketed. Yeah, so right here, you get a nice high ground, but you also have to realize that the Ashe could pretty much one-shot you. All she has to do is see that you're up there, shoot you in the head, and then there you go. Mercy kills you with her pistol, or Sombra just shoots a few bullets at you. this is a good position to survey the area, not a good position to stay in for very long, because you do get killed here. You do get killed by the Ashe as well. So obviously there's nobody that can one-shot you, unless Mercy decides to pocket Ashe with the damage boost, but just know that she can get a lot of damage off of you if you try to take those high grounds, especially by yourself.
Adversity is an opportunity for change.
So right here, I'm thinking about the EMP. I want to make sure that I don't get EMP'd for the next fight, because this fight's lost. So they're using grab, you know, they use sound barrier, they press triangle, they're gonna win the fight. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not there, but my tanks are critical. So I just want to stay alive and keep my transcendence for the next fight and not get EMP.
Yeah,
that's kind of like what was going through my head for this fight.
That was a great call. That honestly, for the player or the skill level that you're at, that is a very advanced call, and that is a very advanced way of thinking. This is great because you do end up doing just that. I thought this was the biggest brain play in the history of gold/platinum players. I don't think that I think that you have like a very good understanding of the game. It's just like the mechanical skills and the aiming is the part where you're lacking. So you're doing great so far as like, hey, this is what I need to do here, this is what I shouldn't do here, you know, that's great so far, honestly. I think if you could practice more on your aim and a little bit on positioning, obviously, I think you could definitely climb very easily.
Sweet.
And you seem to call out your own mistakes as well. So if you do want to try and climb a little bit higher, you could do this stuff, you know, by yourself, or just get a friend. You know, try to be as critical as possible, because if you try to snuff out those mistakes that you make constantly, that's another big thing that's going to help you out as well. Obviously, watching other high-tier players, high-tier Zen players, I think Sleepy right now is playing a lot of Zen. He's a top 500 support player who's currently playing a lot of Zen, even in this meta, which is crazy. So if you want to watch him, you can kind of try and get an idea of the. I think he either was or is an OWL player. So watching people like that is going to be a lot better for you, because then you can get an idea of, oh, he did this, maybe I should try some of that, or oh, why did he trance here or use this here, you know. It's a lot of cool people on like Twitch and YouTube who can help you out as well.
Embrace tranquility.
Yeah, so this here, you're waiting for the EMP, you're staying in the back. The Rhine. This was huge. This was insane.
Yay, transcended.
Assistance would be appreciated.
You're 1v1ing a Lucio.
I know. It's not going well. I should have just ran from him, but I was just feeling myself.
It's okay, because that Transcendence won us the fight. You're the play and the decision making that you had there was great.
To mastery.
That's what won us the team fight, honestly.
Yeah. Just gotta frag people. Then I'll do a queue with you and Matthew. Since I went ahead of frag people.
There is disquiet.
Surrender to my will.
Okay, yeah, so this is good. You're trying to pocket the Moira as she's using her Coalescence. This is very good for... people don't realize how strong Moira can be. Even in this meta, there's a lot of people, even in Grandmaster I see, who don't focus Moira. Moira is essential to the current comps right now. As soon as she uses Fade, you need to focus her. She is such a high priority target right now that even people in Grandmaster are just brushing her off like she's nothing. Oh, she's a brain dead hero. She's nothing compared to this. She makes the comp. Not only do the shields make the comp, she makes the comp as well, because of how much healing she can produce just from holding a button. You know, it's crazy that people don't focus her in this meta.
How are the nerfs affecting her though? You think that that's like big time? We're gonna see Moira die, or are we just gonna have to see more controlled Moira to get better value out of their orbs every time?
Oh yeah, Moira is definitely still going to be very viable. She's definitely probably going to be the main thing still in these comps. It's just she has to play more passively. That's it. She's just going to have to play around corners instead of just sitting there holding, what is it, R2 for healing.
My Moira does not have to change a bit. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, you just have to play a little bit more passive. Like, that's it. The thing with Moira is just the amount of orbs she can dish out, the amount of ult charge she gets just from standing there. You know, it's crazy how fast she can charge ult. She can disengage at pretty much any time. She's such a good character and a very abusive character that you need to get rid of. And even
You
the
do a good job of managing your resource. You can get a coalescence almost every fight.
oh yeah, it's insane.
Constantly have it. It's sick.
She
Just have ult every fight and initiate every fight with my ult, and then build my ult again with the rest of the fight. Oh, that's how you play that character. I love it.
exactly
It's great.
exactly. Yeah, she's very strong. Yeah, I was afraid of Bob. I didn't even know that they used beat here. I didn't think that they used beat like at all. But they used beat to engage and Bob at the same time, but they weren't getting damaged at all. So this was a very straight like this.
You think they would have waited for the supercharger to run out? At least?
Oh yeah. So this Lucio player is very good mechanically, but obviously very bad decision making. Like, he can wall ride, he can shoot at people. He's pretty much like the polar opposite of you. Not to be offensive or anything, but he's pretty much the polar opposite of you.
fine.
He can't think for anything, but man, he can wall ride to save his life. Honestly, this kid's probably like a 12-year-old who's just sitting in his mom's basement or whatever playing Overwatch. He can't think to save his life, but man, he can wall ride.
In the shadow of
Yeah, this actually wasn't a bad spot playing right here and trying to get a couple Discord orbs off, but you do have to be careful of the D.Va because the D.Va is going to try and dive you. As soon as she sees you, she's going to dive you. So what you kind of want to do is, if you're going to play from here, just be aware that D.Va is your concern right now, and she can easily kill you from where you're standing, especially since you push out so far.
My thought process was kind of, this fight's lost, especially after the EMP. It was like, I'm just gonna try to hit the D.Va as much as possible and then die as fast as possible.
Yeah, that's a very good mindset. If you know that the fight is lost, just get out there and die. Honestly, die on point. Do what you can. Yeah,
It's just, honestly, without you being there, and where I think Arissa was walking back still.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where Arissa is right now.
I think she.
But it just,
Where is she right now? Oh, she's just coming back from spawn.
yeah. So it's just like, rough.
Okay, I see.
Even though we did kill the right team, sweet. And we demaxed D.Va, and we ended up getting a cleanup kill on her before the start of the next fight. Which obviously wasn't entirely me, but slightly contributed.
gaze.
Yeah, the
When I have another trance here, and I can use it for grab because they just EMP'd.
I like this position here because you see that most of your team is going up. You see that they're trying to just get a little bit of ult charge off, but you know you have Transcendence and you know you don't need to go up there and help them since they do have the Moira and your Orisa staying on point. This is very good to realize because everybody is trying to get their ult charge. You know you have your ult. This is a very good position for you right now. And you're just trying to get some good damage off. Oh, huge.
I called that Zarya out and she died.
Yeah, that was a failed D.Va bomb, which is great. Focus her down. She's one. Nice.
Огонь по готовности.
Experience tranquility.
Very good trance. And then we clean up from here, I think. He gets a double kill. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. After we thought we were gonna lose that.
Yeah, I thought it was rough too. So yeah, I would just say go into training range and just kind of work around stuff as best you can, because that's what's holding you back right now is just the mechanical skill and a bit of positioning.
Sweet.
What I would like to say is there's a very good, hang on. This is a very good code. If you want to remember this
Is
code,
this the,
I think
what is it for the Autobots? Or
it's XHHRR. It's kind of, oh shoot, I probably should have set up bots. It's a very good start to trying to aim with literally anybody. It's a very nice workshop code that you can use to help with your aim. You can, so we'll pick Zen, and you kind of just spawn here. You press L3, by the way, to unlock the area here. Oh no, that's to unlock them. I think it's freeze. Where is that? Kills up. Freeze? No. Wait. Protected. Alright, I don't remember what one of those. Oh no, duh, wall. Yeah, so you can go like this. Let's get a bot in here.
and it's what's the code again?
XHHRR.
XHHRR.
There's a bunch of codes that you can get. So yeah, you can have Torbs all over the place. There's a bunch of little game modes you can try. You can change them to 10 meters. You can change them to moving. So you can practice from literally any range and just kind of practice your orbs right here. Trying to... Actually, how far does Discord go? It doesn't go... Does it go 30 meters? Oh, wow. 30 meters. There you go. So yeah, this would be good to try and, practice leading your targets, since Zen is more projectile. So this will be very easy for you to try and learn that kind of stuff. And left clicks as well, just trying to, focus them down like that. And you don't have to reload, so just press buttons. This is good for stuff, especially if you're, in a queue or you kind of just want to warm up real quick. This is a very good workshop code to try and help you out with your mechanical skill. But yeah, your transcendences are really good. Your Discord and Harmony orbs have been really good. It's just mechanical and a few positioning. I would say look at your games to try and fix those as far as positioning is concerned, and mechanical is just playing the game and practicing. So yeah.
Yeah. It feels like I have so many hours in this game to still be so bad mechanically.
Oh, trust me, dude. I have seen people who have put in so much time into this game. I've seen people in Platinum, mind you, who have thousands of hours into this game. Thousands, and they're still plat. They've been plat since season 1. That's insane to me.
I started in silver in my first season. I was in silver, and I've come up to... I'm 2,700 on tank, and that's after taking a 2-year break.
Yeah.
I've never broken into diamonds, though.
Hey, it's a tough barrier to break. There's a lot of people in gold, and there's a lot of people in plat, and there's a very good reason for that. It's because people either don't want to learn or can't, or are blaming other people. There's a lot of issues with platinums, and it's just, they don't know who to go to, where to start. There's just so many issues with platinum, but it's good. You started at silver and you worked your way up to plat. That's improvement. I've seen people who started in plat and haven't moved since. Those are players that you have to be careful of, because those are the players that either flame their teammates and don't care about the game, or just flat out will just play the game for fun, I guess, in competitive, which is strange. But those are the people that you got to watch out for. You don't want to be those people who just stay in platinum for 4 years that the game's been out now, and they just don't care or don't want to get help.
The mentality I have to bring to this game, like do you remember Paragon? Did you ever play the game Paragon?
No, I did not.
Alright, well, Paragon was a MOBA out by Epic for the PlayStation, and I was ranked in, like, the top 50-ish players for that game.
Oh, nice.
And, yeah. And so it's like, I understand how to play to learn and do things like that, but it's just, my mechanics are all MOBA. It's all MOBA experience. I have thousands of hours of MOBA. So brain-wise, the decision making is like where my brain is super tuned to,
Hmm.
which is why I think my decision making is good. Is like I understand why those decisions need to be made. That's where my brain's good at. But like the mechanics is totally different,
Yeah.
and it's been like
The
a fucking
This is what's great about this game is that it's half MOBA and half FPS. If you're
no.
lacking in
I love it. I'm in love with this game.
if that's actually great though, because that's another issue with people is that they're not having fun. So what's the point in trying to, get help to get better at this game? If you don't love this game, what's the point in playing? So it's good that you love the game. That's great. I
I'm
love to hear that
excited for
stuff.
Overwatch 2. I'm thinking about switching to PC before it comes out.
That's good too.
Since my mechanics are like kind of flawed on PlayStation anyway.
Hey, if
Um,
you think you're gonna do better mechanically on PC, go for it, man. You have
no,
the brain skills.
I've never played PC before, but I would rather take a game that I understand fundamentally and then just work on the mechanics.
Hmm. That makes
You know,
sense.
it's like I want to get a PC soon and switch to PC.
Well,
I
hey,
rebuild my stream.
good.
Ever since Paragon died to fucking Fortnite,
Uh,
my stream has suffered.
Fortnite sucks, man. I hate.
It does.
It's been on for so long. I just want it gone at this point.
All right. Well, I really appreciate your help.
Hey, no problem, man.
It's been fun. I will do a queuing with you later in Masters, I guess.
I love people who love the game. It's such a good feeling, knowing that somebody loves the game and wants to get better. Greatest feeling in the world. I have yet to come across somebody who absolutely hates the game and is blaming other people. I have yet for that to happen, and I can't wait for that day because that's the day that I'm gonna tear into somebody. But I also want to have somebody of a different opinion come into this game and be like, you may be masters, you may be diamond, but you're wrong. You know, I want somebody to challenge me one of those days. I feel like it'd be such a good video, not only for somebody to challenge me, but also for somebody to be like, no, it's not my issue, it's other people's issues. It's my teammates. Those are the people that I'm very interested in because I want to know their mindset. I want to try and snuff those people out and be like, no, it's you. Those are the people I'm interested in. I like people who, like he was, who love the game. Those people are amazing. I would coach those people all day if I could, but I also want to have that other viewpoint just to see, that I'm interested in both. But I definitely think he'll easily Masters or Diamond in the next 2 seasons, no doubt. He's a very good. If he just worked on mechanics for like a week or two, he'd climb, no problem. I like him a lot.